What's poppin', people? It's your boy Breezy here. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And definitely share this with your friends, your mom, your days old, your aunt's days. You know what I'm saying? You know the vibes. So for today's video, we would just like to hop into the 7 things that I've learned this year. So I'm starting this thing whereby at the end of each year, I share my 7 lessons that I've learned throughout that year. I've seen some other creators do it, so I just thought to myself, I want to do the same. So I'm just sharing these lessons that I've learned throughout the year. But before we get into the video, I would just like to thank you guys so much for wishing me a happy birthday. The birthday was on the 25th, and I'm just happy, that you guys have just been there with me since the beginning. These past 2 years have just been amazing. So I'd just like to give a special shout out to every single subscriber, every single watcher of this channel. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video, man. The first lesson that I learned this year was God's timing is not your timing, right? Usually we really want things to happen at a certain time, in a certain way, being given certain conditions, right? That will be okay with you. But then you also have to understand that God is the creator of everything and He's in control of every single situation. So then it's now up to you to rely on Him and not onto your own understanding. I get this from Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5. It says, do not lean onto your own understanding because our thoughts deceive us. So then this year I learned that, not even this year, but then I realized this year. Because if I can give you a quick story, I've been applying to go to uni for the past 3 years because I finished I finished high school 3 years ago.
Say it with your chest, little ass nigga.
But then I wasn't going to uni and I really wanted to go to uni. So I was getting the places, but then the funds weren't really funded, if you understand what I'm saying. So then I feel like there was a point in time where I got angry with God, where I was like, God, why me? Why is this all happening to me? Like, I've just been doing the right things. Why is that my other peers are going to uni? They almost finished with uni now and I haven't even started. But then I realized that, when God's timing is perfect, He will make it happen. Right? Isaiah 60 verse 22. When His timing is correct, He will make it happen. Right? It was hard, because I ended up realizing that there's some certain lessons where I had to become the person that I am today in order for me to start uni now. Because maybe if I started uni back when I finished high school, we could be having a totally different story right now. But I've learned that, trust God's timing and never onto your own timing. So should you. If things don't go your way, maybe it's not the right time, right? Just wait until God grants you the time that, okay, Ningi, this is your time. Do what you have to do. Because God grants our prayers. If you ask something from God, He will grant those prayers. But however, He will not give us those things in our time, but in His time. Never be too comfortable, whether it be in your work, ever it be in your relationships or anywhere. Never be too comfortable, because comfortability breeds complacency, and you do not want to be complacent, whether it be in your relationship or your area of work or your area of study. Because then keep in mind, there's someone out there trying to beat you, or someone out there who's trying to get it or who wants it more than you. So if you become comfortable and be like, nah, I got this, and this, you see someone taking over, then whatever you wanted, they will take it from you because they wanted it and they never got comfortable. So what I can say is that never be too comfortable, but be comfortable with being uncomfortable. I'll give that a second to just marinate and deep it for a bit. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Decisions determine your destiny. that one is a deep one. If that's not like the biggest lesson that I've learned this year, then I don't know. Decisions determine your destiny. Whatever you're doing, whatever you decide to do, it'll determine what happens in the future. I'm always telling my mom, or I'm always telling my friends, that everything that we do right now, it compounds to what happens in the future. Everything just compounds. Everything that you decide to do right now, everything that you do, it compounds. So be careful of that. Because let me give you an example of someone in a relationship and that person is a player, right? If they have the mentality that I'll stop cheating the day I get married. Well, I'm not married, by the way. Just had to clear that out. If they say I'm gonna stop cheating the day I get married, the probability of that happening is 0, because then they've been cheating all this time. So what makes you so sure that them just getting married won't make them cheat again? Because everything compounds. So everything that you decide to do right now, it compounds to what happens in the future, right? So if you decide to really like waste your 20s to spend it on drinking excessively, taking drugs, cheating on girls, cheating on boys, doing all sorts of things, right? Doing all sorts of things, everything will just catch up to you because it's compound. I'm not saying you shouldn't drink. If you want to drink, but drink responsibly, right? If you want to have party, have your parties, but do it responsibly. Know that we have a time for partying, we have a time for working, right? Because everything that happens, it compounds. Because this year I realized that the decision that I made like maybe 3 years ago have really compounded to what's happening right now. So you also have to be careful of that. Of every single decision that you make, it will determine what happens in the future. It will determine what happens to your destiny. So always keep in mind your future. Always. Every single decision that you want to make, always remind yourself that, okay, if I decide to do this, is this going to destroy my future, or is going to have a very huge impact on my future? Because your decisions determine your destiny. The fourth lesson that I learned this year was that your friends can either be your biggest success or your biggest failure. Right now I just want to give a special mention to my friends that I met this year. In fact 4 months ago actually. These guys have just been amazing. Shout out to Anopa, Anotida, K Dot, Tumelo, Kim, and so many more of you guys that I can't mention right now. But I would just like to give a special mention to all of you guys, because you guys have just been amazing. And with you, I can see myself succeeding, and I also see you guys succeeding as well, right? Because if you surround yourself with the wrong circle, or if you surround yourself with the wrong people, allow me to say this, but your future is messed up. Because then you guys are sharing with each other. You guys are always around each other. And usually, you've heard this before, but they say you usually become around the 5 people, or the average number of people that you spend your time with. So if they think A, B, C, and D, you will also think A, B, C, and D. Right? You guys are just sharing, and most of the times, you guys just connect with each other. So within connecting with each other, you guys become a family. You guys start bonding with each other, and you usually become the same people. So if you want to have a successful life, surround yourself with successful people, successful friends that also want the same, right? If you also want to be a professional athlete, have friends that are also in the professional athletes realm. I hope you get the idea that I'm trying to say, right? Because if you surround yourself with the wrong friends, your future is messed up. So The key to having good friends is praying for those friends. Pray that God gives you the right people. Pray that God gives you the right friends. And honestly, there's no any other alternative besides that. Because literally, God is the answer to everything. Just pray to God that, God, I need friends that help me with A, B, C, and D. So remember that your friends could either be your biggest success or your biggest failure. Lesson number 5 that I've learned this year is that you can do so much with the little that you have. I'm a live example right now. Literally, I have a mic and my phone, and we're having this YouTube channel. You're watching this video, right? You've probably enjoyed some of the videos that I've created in the past. You know, it's because I've used the little that I have, you know, to create something. All you just need is just your creativity and the things that you have. It doesn't necessarily have to be an iPhone or a Samsung or whatever phone you have. Allow me to say this, but fuck all what they say. Whether it be, its quality is bosh, it's fine. Let it be terrible, right? I've heard that the first 100 videos that you're gonna make on YouTube are going to be terrible, right? But then over time, you start investing into whatever you want to invest in. I'll use content creation, for example, right? Just use whatever you have. You just have to be creative and create something that people really like. That's what I learned this year, was that don't care about what other people say. Just use whatever you have. You don't need to have the $1,000 equipment or like the latest MacBook or the latest iPhone to create the craziest of things. You just have to use whatever you have and just be creative with it. For me, there's so many things that I haven't shown you guys, but I've created crazy things, guys. Crazy things. Nah, I'm capping. I haven't created shit.
Gay!
But then that's the goal for like next year. Next year, if I share one goal that I want to achieve next year, is to shoot a music video with my iPhone. It's crazy. I want to shoot a crazy music video. All you just need is your creativity, right? It sparked to me this other day, and I was like, yo, I can create crazy content with my phone. Dude, like crazy content with whatever gigabytes you have in your phone, bro. I know storage could be a crazy thing, but just be creative. Literally, just be creative with whatever you have. Just look around you, use whatever you have, and just be creative with it. Number 6. The 6th lesson that I learned this year is that it's time to grow up in regards to relationships. It's time to start treating your partner right. It really is. Because at the end of the day, you really want to be respecting yourself. Right? They might cheat on you. They might do whatever. But as long as you are doing yourself right and your partner right, the blame is on them and not on you. You don't have to go around telling the whole world that, nah, this, and this. But you did the right thing. But even besides that, start treating your partner right, bro. Start treating your guy right. Honestly. Like, I think we're past that age where we start cheating, where we cheat on our partners and like do A, B, C, and D to our partners. If you don't like something about your partner, tell them and be like, yo, you're doing A, B, C, and D, and I'm really not messing with that. Communication is key to the success of your relationship, right? If you see it's not working, just be like, yo, I'm really sorry. A, B, and C, and D is happening, and I'm really not happy in this relationship at this current moment. This might be hurting your feelings, but then I'm also doing this for myself. It's either we can talk it out and work it out, or we can just end it here. At least the other person will respect you for communicating well. Because then right now we have a problem with people just cheating unnecessarily. You just don't like the way she does A, B, and C, and D. Did you tell her? Or did you tell him? No. Why? Because I'm scared. Come on, dude. It's time for us to grow up and really start treating our partners right. If you're a guy, work hard and buy your honey gift. If you're a girl, do whatever you do to make your guy happy. It's the little things that really count. Right? So, please, let's grow up. Let's start treating our other significant others right. If you're talking to one person, talk to one person. Stop juggling 3 hands or 3 horns at the same time. So please, grow up. Start treating your significant others right. Last but not least, but the most important lesson that I've learned this year is that put God first in everything that you do. Literally, and as simple as that. Put God first in everything. Put God first in your work. Put God first in your school. Put God first in your careers, your finances, your relationships, whatever. Just put God first. Literally, Matthew 6:33, it says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." Seek ye first the what? The kingdom of God. For the OGs, this is where the concept of sifting came from. Okay, due to storage, my phone cut off. But anyway, what I was basically saying is that seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. So put God first in everything that you do, and trust me, He will take care of the rest. So guys, these are the 7 lessons that I've learned throughout this year. If you really liked any of these lessons, apply them to your life and comment down which one you really liked the most. But I would really like you guys to subscribe to the channel, and share this video to anyone who needs it, or any of your friends, your partners, your workmates, or whoever. It would be much of great help to myself and to you as well, because these lessons are also very impactful, not only to myself but to you guys as well. So without anything else to say, stay calm, stay breezy. Catch you on next year, 2025. It's going to be a big year. Trust me. Peace.